Yeah, so Moxie, which is now on Netflix, which is directed by Amy Poehler, and this is a kind of tale of Riot Grrrl power. It's adapted from a novel by Jennifer Machu, screenwriters Tamara Chester and Dylan Mayer. Hadley Robinson is Vivian, who is this student who kind of keeps her head down. She's voted most obedient in this grotesque list that the jocks compile of all the girls, ranking them in various derogatory terms. But she kind of she keeps her head down and she just stays out of the way. And her and her best friend are sort of very studious, and they think the best thing to do is just stay out of trouble until she meets a new arrival at school who is not going to put up with this kind of thing. This is Lucy, who's played by Alicia Pascual Pena, who is harassed almost immediately when she arrives at school by Mitchell, who is this jock star played by Patrick Schwarzenegger. And Vivian's advice is, it'll all pass, but she's not having any of it. Here's a clip.
Hey, Lucy. We have English class together. I'm
Vivian, right? You sit in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I just wanted to say, ignore Mitchell.
Why should I have to ignore him? Why can't he just not be a dick?
He's an idiot. He has been since the second grade.
He's dangerous.
I don't think he's dangerous. I think he's just annoying.
You know that annoying can be more than just annoying, right? Like, it can be code for worse stuff.
If you keep your head down, he'll move on and bother somebody else.
Thanks for the advice. But I'm gonna keep my head up. High. See you in class.
And that's then what happens to Vivian. She's inspired by her mum. She discovers a suitcase at her mum's, which is full of all the detritus of her kind of punky past. And mum's played by Amy Poehler. And she's incensed by what's happening at school. So she writes this fanzine and photocopies this fanzine, this zine, as I think they're now called, which is like a feminist zine, which is fighting back against the boys. And then she distributes it secretly around the school. And the next thing, everyone in the school is asking, who is Moxie? And all these people who formerly had been kind of, divided against each other start to come together. All these girls start to come together and discover a unified voice against what's happening with the boys. Now, here's the thing with the film. It doesn't have, the depth of 8th grade or perhaps the punch of Booksmart. But what it does have is a very, in my opinion, healthy, optimistic outlook. I mean, it's a film that does manage to deal with things like bullying and sexism and harassment and rape and manage to do that with wit and humour and a sort of sense of collective optimism. And I've read some reviews about it that have been very sniffy, and I'm completely on the other page. I think that what it does is it tells its story in a way that is very, I enjoyed it. I thought that the jokes were funny. I thought the performances were good. I mean, the young performances are very good. In the kind of more adult roles, you have like Marcia Gay Harden, who is this principal, who basically completely lacks principles. But I thought what the story did was, yes, it owes a debt to a lot of other teen movies, and there are a lot of other sort of, more accomplished teen movies, perhaps. But I thought what this did was it told its story in a way that was very engaging, very accessible, dealt with some dark, tough subject matter in a way that was, very, very palatable. And I don't mean palatable by saying soft soaping. I mean palatable as in, it is a kind of, come hither, welcome everybody, open to all audiences kind of movie. And I think it does that really well. Plus, there is a brilliant performance by the Linda Lindas, who are this very kind of young group doing a cover of Bikini Kill's Rebel Girl, which I really liked, and is entirely in keeping with the whole spirit of the movie, which is that it's got that kind of that punky energy, but it is also profoundly optimistic and positive. And I have to say that at times that we're in at the moment, that felt to me like a good thing. I enjoyed it very much. As I said, I know that other critics haven't perhaps felt the same way, but hey, what do they know?